Hey darling, do you remember the speech we were practicing for Independence Day?
Yes, I can tell you that.
All right. And do you remember what ma'am taught you in school last year about safety and everything that we should do at home?
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Okay. And how about the amazing picnic we went to on the farm with all the animals when we were 2 years old?
Mama, how can I tell you something that happened so long ago?
Dear friends, you probably have guessed the topic that we're going to discuss today. We are talking about memory. Who doesn't want great memory, right? It helps you do better in school. It helps you remember all your lessons and tables and speeches. It helps you remember your dialogues for your play.
And it also makes me remember the dance steps and the lyrics of the songs.
Absolutely. You need memory for everything that you do. Not just students and children, but all of us also need great memory. Today, we're going to share with you 10 great tips to building great memory for yourselves and for your children. But before that, you know what to do.
Like, share and subscribe to this video.
Absolutely. You need to press the bell icon and stay subscribed to get regular notifications on all the videos that I post. So let's get right into this topic and stay tuned with Get Set Parent with Pallavi. So folks, here's the great news about having good memory. It's not that everybody is just born with great memory. Memory can be built, memory can be acquired, right? So typically, memory is housed in certain parts of our brain. So we have the amygdala, the hippocampus, the cerebellum, the prefrontal cortex. These are the parts of the brain that actually have to be worked and exercised. And when that is done, you will have great memory. Another very useful thing to remember about memory is that there are actually two types. The first is called the short-term memory. So short-term memory comprises all those things that we actually remember or by heart, right? So when our children by heart a speech or by heart the answer to something or remember their tables, all of these are short-term memory. Long-term memory, on the other hand, involves a deeper understanding of the topic. And these are things which are very deep-rooted into the subconscious. For example, you would realize that once you learn how to drive, you can never forget it, even if you don't drive for a few years. Similarly, walking, swimming, or some memories from your childhood which are so ingrained. These are called long-term memory. Now, let's get into those 10 simple things that you can do with your child at home to boost the memory skills of your child. Point number 1, play a lot of brain-boosting games. So like the one we are playing here, there are tons of options available online and offline. You can also use cards to play games. What these memory games actually do is, in a very fun way, exercise the mind into remembering what has been learned. There are also a variety of word games which can be played to achieve this. What the brain actually needs is something to challenge it and give it new experiences. The neuroplasticity of the brain actually allows these experiences to take it into new directions and build its memory further. Point number 2, intense focus. Did you know that it takes the brain about 8 seconds of time to receive and process information? Encourage your children to focus intensely on what they're doing, at least for 8 to 10 seconds of time. Look at the roots. Yeah. Point number 3, make teaching your children as sensorially vibrant and multidimensional as possible. Talking about a plant is very unidimensional, whereas if the child is interacting, touching, feeling the textures, listening to the sounds that the rustling of the leaves makes, all of these make this experience extremely memorable. Point number 4, chunking. Introduce your children to a very simple concept of breaking down what needs to be memorized into small chunks or snackable pieces. For example, if a child has to memorize a 10-digit phone number, you can ask the child to remember it in chunks of 3, 4, and 3 digits. They could also probably put it into a tune. What also works very well as compared to cramming is revisiting what has been learnt by heart at different points of the day. For example, if a child has to practice a speech, I would rather the child does it 6 to 7 times across the entire day instead of spending 2 hours just working on the speech. All of these help in deeper retentivity of the topic at hand. Hey, you're probably wondering why we're dressed funny like this, wearing a gollywog cap, wig, and a witch's hat. So the idea is to make our 20 minutes that we're doing our chapter on pronouns memorable. And that's the point number 5 that I'm trying to make. The more unique and weird and funny the experience, the more memorable it will be. Anytime in the future we actually talk about proper nouns, she is going to remember that day when Mama and her sat with these weird hats on the floor and discussed the topic. So the connection of the weird hats with the proper nouns is going to make this entire topic memorable for her. Point number 6. This is known as the method of loci. This is actually a very powerful visualization technique by which a list of objects which need to be remembered are placed in a known setting. Let me give you an example. If I know I need to go to the vegetable market and buy 10 vegetables and not note them down, all I need to do is close my eyes and place these 10 vegetables in known settings in my drawing room. For example, potato goes on the dining table, onion on the dining chair, tomato goes on the sofa, and so on and so forth. When I do this with intense focus and reach the vegetable store to recollect what are the vegetables I need to buy, all I need to do is close my eyes and recreate my drawing room. And lo and behold, the vegetables are going to pop into my mind. Point number 7, the use of visual mnemonics. So whether they are tables, charts, acrostics, abbreviations, a lot of these made onto big sheets of paper and taped to the walls of your child's study room or the learning area greatly will boost the retentivity and memory of your child. Point number 8, remove the stress and tension from learning. This is very important. If your child is sitting with you, constantly worried about when you will yell at him next for getting something right or wrong, this creates a very stressful situation. What this actually does is it prevents whatever concept is being learned from going into the deeper parts of the memory. It goes into the reactive parts of the brain. When the child has some interesting, soothing music to listen to while studying, or has a little fruit snack, or is, studying in different parts of the house for different subjects, this relieves the tension around the house and within the child and greatly boosts the memory capabilities of the child. Point number 9, correct nutrition. Memory is greatly aided if kids receive a balanced plate of nutritious food, high in antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids. You can look up the complete list of foods rich in these building blocks of memory on the internet as well, and avoid sugary, high-calorie rich foods which actually make kids less alert and agile. Point number 10, the most important. Plenty of sleep and good amount of physical exercise. All children actually need about 8 to 10 hours of deep sleep in order to aid memory consolidation and memory enhancement. Coupled with this, kids also need great amounts of physical activity to keep good oxygen flow going to their brain and the heart pumping blood in a healthy manner. Finally, we have come to the end of our video and I have shared with you 10 great tips to boost memory.
Hey, I have a bonus tip.
A bonus tip? What is that?
Too much use of the mobile phone makes the mind dull.
Indeed, I forgot about that. Let's all try to control our screen time on TV, laptop, tabs and mobiles. But until then, do try out all these tricks and please do drop me a comment in the comment section below and tell me what are those memory tricks that you use from your school days and that you can suggest to everyone here, and give us feedback on this video. More soon, but until then, see you soon. Bye.